That was one seriously awesome workout. And you know what's interesting is I did not feel like working out today. I had no interest in doing it whatsoever. I kind of made myself do it because that's what I preach on here, right? All the time I'm preaching, just because you don't feel like it doesn't mean you don't have to. And some of the best workouts you'll ever have are those days when you don't feel like it. Well, that proved true for me today. I didn't feel like it, didn't want to do it, wasn't feeling up to it, and did it anyway. And it turned out that it was a good choice because I feel pretty darn good now. So I'm ready to rock and roll. Listen, I was thinking about something today, and I was thinking about how I spent probably the first 5 hours of my day today rebuilding a website, recreating a website that already existed. And it's something that I've been really meaning to do, so it's not like I regret spending 5 hours doing it. But what I found fascinating was not a single thing about making and redoing that website paid me any money. Didn't earn me anything, didn't increase my productivity anywhere, didn't bring me any closer to any one of my goals, didn't bring me closer to a financial goal or a spiritual goal or a wellness goal or anything else. It was just something I wanted to do. I wanted to rebuild this website because I wanted it to look better. And it looks better, and I'm happy, I'm glad, right? But what it reminded me of was how so many of us, myself included, some days we'll spend the whole day being really, really busy, but not getting anything done. And I know you know what I'm talking about. Don't pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about, right? How many times have you gotten to the end of a day and gone, I was so busy today and I got nothing accomplished. Have you ever felt that way? And I think the reason why that happens to us is because we don't isolate the things that we need to do to propel us towards our goals from things that we've just decided we needed to do or things that we wanted to do or things. In other words, we all have things in our lives that need doing that aren't necessarily going to move us toward our big three, and I totally get that part. But just don't mistake activity for productivity. See, activity and productivity are not the same thing. And I can prove this. I know each and every one of us have worked around somebody, whether in a job or an employee that we had or a boss that we had, who seemed like they rolled in kind of late. They rolled out early. They were always gone on vacation, screwing around off at the water cooler, chit-chat, but yet they always seem to get so much work done and get all this productivity, and they seem to get all this recognition and get promotions and everything else. Everybody thought they walked on water because they were so awesome. And yet you're sitting there going, well, but they're goofing off all the time. Because that is somebody that understands the difference between activity and productivity. You see, I don't really care. As an employer, I don't really care. If I have employees or if I have business partners that put in more time, I don't care about somebody's time. I don't care about somebody's effort. I don't care about somebody's processes. I care about production. I care about the bottom line. I care about the end result. I don't care if a guy comes to work 2 hours a day. If he's out producing the guy that's here 10 hours a day, I'm happy. I'm a happy guy, right? It's all about productivity. So make no mistake, your bosses, your coworkers, your partners, they care about the end result. They care about productivity. So here's what we can do. You and I can make it a point to isolate our time in blocks to go after and do the things that we know we should do. And I know we just had a discussion about this a couple of days ago, but I'm just kind of couching it a little bit of a different way because it got me thinking about it today. Because here I am, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. My day is pretty much shot. I got up this morning, spent some time with my family. I ate breakfast, I ate lunch, I got a workout in, I paid some bills, and I did some other things, and I worked on this website for like 5 hours. But and it's a Saturday, so I don't really care. But I essentially accomplished nothing in the pursuit of my financial or my business goals today. And I'm okay with that, and I made a conscious decision to do that. But it alerted me to the fact that there are days when I wasn't okay with that I wanted to make progress in my business or I wanted to make progress financially, but I didn't because I found myself so busy doing other things that didn't move me in that direction. So you can utilize a calendar. A calendar is a great tool that you can use. I use a digital calendar on my computer, and I literally block off time throughout the day. And I go, hey, look, I'm going to work on this for this many hours and this for this many hours, and I keep track of the clock. You know, I knew today when I was working on that website that I was not going to do it past 3 o'clock. And when it got to 3 o'clock, man, I shut it down. And thankfully, I was done. But if I hadn't been, I'd have turned it off anyway because I had something else I needed to do. I needed to get myself on the treadmill and get to the weights, right? So now I got my workout done. Now I'm going to work on my book for a little while. And I know I'm going to do that. I know my wife and children are going to be home here in about an hour or so. And so I got about an hour or so to work on my book. And that's going to get my check in the block because I promised myself I'd work for an hour on my book every day. And so you got to do this. You got to block your time off. You got to prioritize your time to move you in the direction of your big three. And that's how you separate productivity from just activity. That's the dose, guys. Make it a great weekend.